Hello, brothers and sisters in Jesus Christ. You know, sometimes I watch shows or I'll watch a podcast and or just watch CBN News, and the way they present things, the way they report things, it could easily rise up to anti-Semitism. And that's why we need to self-examine ourselves every day, self included. Because remember, Satan wants us to hate each other, right? He doesn't want our family to survive, right? He wants to break up families. He's good at that. He's good at breaking up relationships, putting stupid thoughts in people's heads. And some of us are so easily deceived. And then he does it very subtle ways as well. We need to remember that we serve a Jewish Messiah. Yeshua HaMashiach is his name. And the purpose of the tribulation is for the salvation of the Jewish nation. Why? Because the 144,000 witnesses, all undefiled Jewish virgins, will be proclaiming the good news of salvation out of Jerusalem. That's why Jerusalem is so important to God. It's Israel is the apple of God's eye, and Jerusalem is like his heart. He's going to land on the Mount of Olives. The 144,000 witnesses are going to be proclaiming the gospel from Jerusalem to the rest of the world. Do you understand how important, how pivotal, and how paramount the role of Israel is going to play in the end times? That's where the gospel is going to be dispatched from. It's going to be straight from Jerusalem. The 144,000 witnesses, they're going to proclaim the gospel. And we're going to have so much technology by then that it's going to be proclaimed everywhere. It's going to be so spiritual, but people are going to be listening to them. This is where they're going to be hearing the good news. People who have never, ever been introduced to the gospel before, or haven't taken it seriously, they're all gonna be hearing it from those 144,000 witnesses. That's their job. That's their job, to proclaim the gospel from Jerusalem. Let me ask you a question. If you're about to go marry, you fell in love with a beautiful lady, or if you're a girl, you fell in love with a beautiful guy, and you want to get married to him, wouldn't you want to know everything about your future bride? Once you give him or her that ring, and you propose to him and say, I want to marry you, I love you, aren't you going to find out everything about that person? If it's a girl, if you're a guy and it's a girl, aren't you going to find out who her parents are, what nationality she's from, what's her favorite food, what her language is? If she speaks Spanish, wouldn't you want to start speaking Spanish as well? Like te amo and stuff like that. Or if she's Brazilian, gostosa, stuff like that. Wouldn't you want to do that? Wouldn't you want to know every little thing about them? Wouldn't you want to know what their favorite food is so that you can cook them a meal? Wouldn't you want to know what their favorite flower is so you can buy them those favorite flowers, whether it be daisies or sunflowers or tulips? Maybe she's a Dutch girl and she loves tulips. I don't know. My point is, it's a personal relationship. So wouldn't you want to know everything about that person that you're about to be married to, that loves you so much? The same thing with Yeshua, Jesus, our Messiah. I'm telling you, just like Dr. David Reagan says, in the kingdom of heaven, all of us will be travailing after our Jewish forefathers, and their robes will be travailing after them, following them. They'll be leading the way, and we'll be following, rightfully so. Just keep that in the back of your heads and have a blessed night.